back to Tool Talk Tuesday, where we ask the questions that electricians and contractors have, so you don't have to. We have a great lineup here today. Today we're here with Jim Nickerson from KNIPEX. And yeah, thanks for coming, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. KNIPEX started 140 years ago in Wuppertal, Germany. They're a family-owned company still, and very proud of that fact. They make the finest tools there are. It's not bias, it's not thoughts, it's just fact. The way they're made, the quality they do, and the amount of extra effort they put into everything really makes them stand out. They're so focused on the future. They pursue their crafting, the metals they receive and everything else. It's just hard to fully explain. You'd have to, I'm not smart enough to say it all right, but you know it when you buy it. When you buy a KNIPEX tool, you know you bought a tool for life. You know there's something going to be in your bag that you'll use. You can pass on to your kids. And they're just second to none.
Every electrician has a utility knife. Why is this one different?
Oh, it's different in a lot of ways. Safety-wise,
okay.
A couple of different ways to lock the blades down so you don't get yourself hurt. Don't accidentally open it. Don't accidentally leave it open. Blade, you got a slip here, a button here to get it open. Then you got the first position you can open it at. So you can use it to cut like this.
Okay.
So you can strip your wire. It has 3 gauges on the sides here that tell you the depth. So if you're stripping a piece of wire, this is a pretty small piece, but you would find out what the depth of that insulation is, and you would know as you're going around to not go beyond the barrier for that level. Most of the time with a utility knife or a pocket knife, a lot of folks use a pocket knife, you're doing it by feel.
Okay.
You're not allowed to score the wire when you're stripping it. This helps take a lot of that out of the way. So you have a position 1 here, then you have position 2 here,
okay.
Then you have ratcheting. So the way the ratcheting works, if we have a piece of wire we could do it on, the blade here on the end has a beveled end on it.
Okay.
What that allows to do is not to cut or score the conductors. Here, instead of constantly, as you see, pulling it there, if you had to, you could pull it like that, and then go back, and then pull it like that, and go like that.
Yeah.
So if you have a larger diameter, a THHN, an XHHW, some kind of a larger feeder wire you're trying to terminate that goes into the panels, this makes it a lot easier and a lot slower and more controlled for doing the stripping. So not that you want to be slow necessarily, but you want to be accurate, you want to be careful that you don't hurt the wire. So as this one here did, it just took the sheathing off really nice and easy.
Yeah.
So now you got to where it's easier to get to the wires, take off the paper filler. You do that with a utility knife, and half the time you burn the paper filler, or you might cut one of the wires, or you might come between it. Those are all things that create hazards in the later days. So in today's world, with all the arc fault breakers and the combination CAFE breakers that we have out there, they find those little trickles of energy that go out that you don't necessarily notice when you're terminating because it's not always visible. And then you have these nuisance trips and what's causing it. Could be that, could be something totally, could be the lamp you bought. Yeah. Could be a lot of things, but this is going to eliminate a whole lot of that. The big thing here is safety. The way that this blade is designed with all the safety features it has, again, you got to push that up, you got to push that down to move the blade, you lock it into place, you put it over. It's very lightweight, it's ergonomic is the way it fits in your hand. Most utility knives, if you ever use a utility knife, and for those of you out there that have, you'll know what I'm talking about, you're always holding down to get the blade to stay out, because the blade after a while starts to wear out and pushes back into the conduct unit here. This one here, once that blade's out, it is locked into place. It is not going anywhere. The blades are replaceable if they wear out, so we replace them blades, no questions. And as with KNIPEX, all of their tools have a lifetime warranty on them.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
So everything that you're going to be showing today has that lifetime warranty?
Yes.
And do you think this is something that electricians appreciate really fast as soon as they start using this tool?
Yes. So the biggest thing that I appreciated about this is there's a lot of features and benefits to this tool. The bevel tip. So if you've ever been making up panels, so if you're doing a data center, if you're doing fees on multifamily, if you're doing residential, this little tip and the security it gives you, forgive me, I got to get the right spot, for stripping the wire is so easy. So I'm not worried. Now I can go and just pull it through and not have to worry I'm going to score the wire. I'm not worrying about scoring the conductors on making up my panels. I'm not worried about having a problem with an inspector because, hey, what's that little notch there? And then I got to take it back. And I may not have enough wire pull to do that again. So this is a huge saver.
How would you justify the price?
With KNIPEX, it's simple to justify the price for everything and the fact that everything lasts. So As we were starting this whole conversation, I was explaining to you, I have a pair of their pump pliers that I bought in 1985.
Wow.
That I still have and still use, still have great gripping, and still have tool. I wired in the field, so I understand the value of tools. As I try to explain to some people, everyone has a different way of looking at it, but when you buy quality, it lasts. When you buy on price, you repeatedly are replacing it.
Every electrician that has one seems to love it. Why?
Well, typically electricians will carry crescent wrenches in their pockets or in their bags. And what will end up happening is that they'll have multiple sizes, and these come in multiple sizes as well. So, but when we have a crescent wrench, you have a dial on the side, you try to roll it up to the right size of the nut that you're trying to work on. And then as you do it, it feels like they're never ever consistent all the way around. Sometimes they strip off, sometimes they roll, because the tightness that you get there is the best you can do. That's just the way it works. With this one here, we have an adjustability, and then we have metric on this side, we have SAE on the other side, so you can pick exactly what you're going to if you know the size you're doing with it. Or if you don't, you just simply, as with this one here, you just open it up, push it in, push it down till you get to the right size, then you have it. It's going to be fitting there. You can pull it on and off. That's the way it's designed to be done. You can work it. Now, this one here, you squeeze.
Okay.
You have 10 times more force on there than you do with the crescent wrench.
10 times?
10 times.
Wow.
And so when you go to turn it here, you couldn't turn that with your bare hands. What ends up happening is because of the extra strength you have here, because of the way it's designed, the gripping is phenomenal. The other thing that happens is that anyone that's ever used a crescent wrench knows this. You're in a tight spot. You get down to here. It's like, I got to take the crescent wrench off. I got to reposition it to try to get another bite. With this one here, you just release the handle. You just roll up. It rebites, and you're done. You don't have to pull it all the way off to try to find a new bite and get it right. You just do it like that. Just pull it off, relax, roll it back, just rolls over the top. The strength of these it's just hard to truly explain. I want to demo it. I want to show it. So I took a pair here. This is not the fully ratcheting. This is the other one that has so many settings on it. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to put it on the bar. I'm going to squeeze, and I'm going to push down. Now, our young man over here is going to walk over. He's going to step on those and step up. He's got both feet there. So it's unparalleled. And once someone gets one of these, it's not about that strength, but it's about the biting. It's about trying to break something loose when you have it all the time and you finally get it and it strips out. These don't do that. The other thing is with the smooth head and the way that's done and the way that the biting, you don't get that where you damage the nuts or the bolts. If you have polished finishes you're working on or you're doing something else, because you get such a strong bite, it's not just going to strip off, which causes that scarring and marring. So it does a phenomenal job for that. The smooth jaws are great for working on plated fittings. The smaller set right here behind us we have on the wall, they come that small.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for all different types of jobs.
We have bigger than this as well.
Okay.
So for the electrician, this one here are the two that are going to cover probably 90% of what their needs are. They deal with a lot of tightening for different lugs, for different things like that they're out there in the field with. You don't have to worry about the crescent wrenches, and it does so much more. You could take a chain link, open it up, get the chain link in there, and you want to close it up. The compression that this has will actually bend the chain link back. So the force you have, obviously the longer the handles, the more force you're going to get. This is a phenomenal tool. This is the kind of tool that once you have, it's like, why didn't I have this before? And why did I not know about it?
All right, Jim, tell me about these cutters.
So KNIPEX has just come out with a new line of diagonal cutters, and they moved the focal point for the bite up higher.
Okay.
And so you use less leverage to cut the wire. They're much stronger, 20% stronger. So this one here can cut piano wire and obviously regular wire. For a lot of electricians, they use their diagonal cutters all the time. They use them for, sometimes they're cutting screws, which they shouldn't, but they do, because, when you're in a hurry, you do what you got to do. Mm-hmm. You're tipping snin, or snipping tin. You're snipping tin, or you're working around the panel, and obviously you use them for cutting wire, which is what they're designed for. By having that extra focal point and being able to get that more bite on there and get that much more ease of cutting the wire, they're already broken in. So a lot of times when you buy a new set of tools, most of the other brands. The first thing you do is you see the guys, they get them out of the box and they're like this. Oh my gosh, I got to do this. I got to get it all worked out. Ours are already made. They're made to be used immediately. Superior cutting performance with reduced user effort. KNIPEX is all about their hand tools and their cutting. A lot of people make their tools.
Yes.
This is what KNIPEX does, period.
Okay.
They're not making a whole lot of other stuff. The way that they look at this and the way they put their engineering into it, so this is the point that they moved it up higher so you get more cutting force with less effort. So that's where the difference is.
How much difference does that leverage actually make over a full day?
20%.
And how do you know that?
We've had studies what the reduced effort is and what it takes out of you. So if you're cutting a whole lot with your hands, and electricians, your hands are what you use all the time, you get tired. By the end of the day, you've been doing a lot, you're starting to get tired, So it's nice to have tools that work better, that have less effort to make it get it done. Those are things that help. Our 3 different grips that we have the standard dip grip, we have the ergonomic grips, and we have our 1,000-volt units. So we also have a variety that we can help you figure out the best way to do it.
Jim, you seemed a little excited about this box. Why are you so excited?
It's our Pop the Top promotion that we're running right now. It'd be a great gift for Father's Day, great for the summer.
Okay.
Great for any dad that likes to play with the tools. We have our 10-inch twin grip pliers.
Okay.
So they're a phenomenal seller for us. We have our 10-inch diagonal cutters.
Okay.
And we have our one-of-a-kind specialty KNIPEX bottle opener.
Wow, that must be the best part.
That is. It's kind of, you're not going to find these everywhere.
Yeah.
Only certain people are going to have this. No one's going to find them out there. So this would be a great time to buy a gift for dad or just to buy a gift for yourself to put in the old toolbox.
And we'll zoom you in, but this is super cool. You can actually see in the bottle opener pliers. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, it is.
Thanks so much for being here today on Tool Talk Tuesday. And we are so glad that he was able to come and just show a little bit of the KNIPEX lineup. And don't forget, every Tool Talk Tuesday, we promote one of the tools here, and we are going to be promoting these pliers. So come in, come grab one. They will have a discount on them for the week, and we look forward to seeing you at CED Springville.